Hello guys, and welcome to the third episode of Judgesim, our Monday and Thursday walkthrough on this channel. Last time we did the 3 cases of week 2, which were an assassination case, one case of, if I'm not mistaken, auto theft, where one claimed of having stolen a car for another person. He said that he didn't know he was stealing a car. And the third one I forgot. Yes, it was not a divorce, a children's. I had to choose who would get custody of the children. For the assassination, it was a non-guilty. For the case of the auto theft, it was the person who claimed, the person who claimed that he did it for another person. He was found not guilty, and the person who was claiming that he was innocent, he got guilty. And the third case, I gave the children's custody to the mother, because it was at the request of the children themselves. So let's continue, and let's hope that we don't die or get put into jail for corruption. Let's continue. Okay, like I said last time, we did the 3 cases of week 2. We earned $200. We are still at 100% mental health. But yeah, we are happy. Let's start the first case of the day. Week 3, case 1. Okay, like always, let's check the case file first. Case file. Name Eldon. Surname Duncan. Age 30. Gender male. Fingerprint number 21282. Criminal record, yes. To the Banana Republic Court. Charges: threat, malicious wounding. Let's check the details. The incident occurred in the evening at the home of Eldon Duncan. The person named Arthur Darrell, who caused the injury, fled immediately after the incident. An arrest warrant has been issued for Arthur Darrell as a result of the report of the person named Eldon Duncan. Okay. Details. In the search initiated by the police as a result of the tip-off, it was determined that Arthur Darrell was hiding in his sister's house and was captured by the police in the evening and brought to the police station for questioning. Statements. Eldon Duncan. A month ago, I borrowed some money from Arthur Darrell. He kept calling me and telling me that my debt was doubled and increasing. Day by day, I told him many times that I had not yet received payment from my workplace and that I would pay him my debt when I received it. Despite this, he never stopped calling and harassing me, and after a while he started following me home. Okay. Eldon Duncan. Although I reported this situation to the police many times, I did not receive a positive response. As I finally left my workplace and arrived at my house, I saw Arthur Darrell behind me. I noticed that he was holding a knife in his hand. He pointed the knife at me and asked me to be quiet and go to my apartment with him. I couldn't react because I was afraid. Then we went to my apartment. After entering the house, he started rummaging through my house and looking for money. Eldon Duncan. When he couldn't find money, he stabbed me in the leg. Then he quickly fled the apartment, and then I took my cell phone and asked for help from the police. Now the statements of Arthur Darrell. About a month ago, Alden Duncan called me and told me that he needed some money. Although I was in a different situation myself, I gave him the money he asked for and explained the situation to him. He said he would pay me the money as soon as possible. Since he did not respond after a month, I couldn't stand it and called him and told him that he had to pay his debt. He told me that he would pay the debt, but if I came to his house on the date and the time he said. When I went to his house, he told me that the money was in his apartment and that we should go up to the apartment. When we got home, he asked me to sit down and said he would come back soon. Then he stood in front of me with the knife and started making threats to me. I told him that he had to pay his debt no matter what. Then he swung the knife towards me. At that moment, I made a move to defend myself, and the knife was stuck in Alden's leg. Afterwards, I took the knife and ran to my sister's house too because I was afraid. Huh, gotcha. Okay. Now let's ask some questions. How do you know a man named Arthur Darrell? Last year he was someone I met through social media and we met and became friends. In which hand was Arthur Darrell holding the knife when he stabbed you? He was holding the knife in his left hand, and when he stabbed me with his left hand, I'm sure of it. He stabbed me with his left hand. Okay. How many times a week did Arthur Darrell call you? As he was calling and harassing me every day of the week. Did you call and harass Alden Duncan between the day you let him money and lent him money and the day of the incident? No, I didn't, Joanna. With which hand did the person named Alden Duncan point the knife at you? If I remember correctly, he pointed the knife at me with his right hand. Okay. Just gonna check the case out again. Let's go back. Has been issued from person named Arthur Darrell who caused the injury fled immediately after the incident. Malicious wounding threat. In the search initiated by the police as a result of the tip-off that Arthur Darrell was hiding in his sister's house and was captured by the police. Okay. I can see the other one. Case file, name Arthur, surname Darrell, age 29, gender male, fingerprint number 21272, criminal record, no. I only saw that today. Okay, just now. Okay, let's check the evidence. Okay. Okay, this one. Nice. No. No. Nope. No. So it's this one. No. Not the top one. Nice. Nah. Oops. Misclicked. Nope. Nope. This one? No. So the left one. Okay. Nice. 50-50. Nice. Got it. Okay. Evidence file. evidences. Knife found on the person. Fingerprint number 21272. Okay. Telephone conversation dialogue between Eldon Duncan and Arthur Darrell. Arthur Darrell, when are you going to give me the money back? My money back. Eldon Duncan, give me some time, please. I will return as soon as possible. Arthur Darrell, I've waited long enough. I can't wait any longer. If you don't pay by tomorrow at least, I'm not responsible for what happens. Ooh, threatening. Eldon Duncan, calm down. I'm saying I'll pay. Arthur Darrell, if you don't pay by tomorrow, I'll kill you. Nah, that's really a threat. Well, he's already getting threats. Like the charge threat. And just gonna check the, not that, the fingerprint number 21272. Yep, correct. So he's gonna get, well, let's check. Physical assault, malicious wounding, 8 years jail. Yep. So we hit the gavel. Eldon Duncan, not guilty. And Mr. Arthur Darrell, you're gonna get 8 years of jail time. For almost forgot the threat case. The threat one. How many years for threatening? I think it's verbal assault. Yes, 2 years. So 10 years. He's getting 10 years because he doesn't have a criminal record. So, Mr. Arthur Darrell, I'm sorry, but 10 years instead of 8 years because you also threatened the man. Hope you enjoy your prison time, and maybe after the 10 years, when you're 39, maybe on good behavior you get less sentence. But enjoy your time in prison, and maybe don't threaten people and don't stab people. Okay. Reliable possibility 5, nice, success. Reliable possibility a 6, but still success, nice. Well, let's continue. Still at 200, mental health 100%. Let's continue. Daily news. Bill passed. Criminals who are not mentally well will be sent for treatment instead of punishment. Gotcha. Week 3, case 2. Okay, let's check the case file. Case file. Name Havertz. Surname Roast. Age 25. Gender male. Fingerprint number 212343. Criminal record no. Mental health test positive. To the Banana Republic Court. Charges willful damage to public property. Details. The incident was discovered by citizens using the benches belonging to Trenthour municipality, and an investigation was launched following complaints. The CCTV footage was examined and detailed, and the person involved was identified as Havertz Roast. Details. As a solution, a new bench was placed in front of the Trenthour town hall, and they started to wait. Havertz Roast sat down on a bench at noon and took a sharp object out of his pocket. He was detained by the police officers at the same time. Statements. Havertz Roast. First of all, I didn't know it was a crime to do this. The reason I did it is that I unintentionally picked up a bad habit and it turned into an addiction. I can't control it anymore. But as I said, I didn't know it was a crime to do it. Okay. Let's check the evidence. Nice. Evidence filed. Evidences: the benches damaged by the defendant. Oof. Sharp objects were found on him. Well, he's tested positive for mental health. So let's check the... Now he's gonna get treatment. Let's check. Sanity impaired. Yep. Sent for treatment. Well, hope you get better life. 4, nice. And the last one, A6. Still below 12. Nice. Okay. Still at 100%, 200. Well, let's go on. The last case of today. Week 3, case 3. Nice. Still at 0. Oh no. Possibility of arrest 10%. Interesting. Possibility of being assassinated still at 0%. That's nice. Okay. Let's go on. Case file. Case subject. Trenex, a music production company, claims that The Wall, a music production company, is using the structure of a track that belongs to them and violating their copyrights. Classic copyrights. Defendant: The Wall Music Production Company. Plaintiff: Trenex Music Production Company. There is one digital evidence for this case. Okay. Details: Trenex Music Company has released a new track in recent weeks. 3 days after the track was released, the music company The Wall released a track on its own. In response, the music company Trenex argued that its copyrights had been infringed and that it should be paid $10 million. Holy, 10 million in damages, citing the track's infrastructure as evidence. Statements: the lawyer of Trenex Music Production Company. We spent a lot of time working on the track. We were very happy that we finally finished it, but a few days later we realized that the track released by the music company The Wall used the exact same infrastructure that we used. A problem here is not that they did this, but that they did it without permission. We decided to file a lawsuit for compensation, which we hope to get. We request that the appropriate action be taken. The lawyer of The Wall Music Production Company. The track we created with created with a completely original infrastructure and the long efforts of our sound engineers. This kind of accusation is unacceptable. We don't think there is copyright infringement just because the infrastructure is similar. We are sure that in the tracks we released before them, they also have tracks that are similar to our infrastructure. We do not want to be victimized by this situation, and we request that the necessary action be taken. Okay. I can't ask questions. Let's check digital evidence. Sound. Okay. The music released by Trenex Music Production Company. Damn, catchy. The music released by the Wall Music Production. Damn, also catchy. Yeah, I can see the similarity. This one is shorter, but yeah, I can see the similarity. Okay, no, and no speaking records. Okay, well, let's check firstly the choices. The Wall Music Production Company's conviction and payment of $10 million in compensation. The Wall Music Production Company was found not guilty and not to pay any compensation. I already have my choice, and I'm gonna explain why I'm gonna do that choice. I'm gonna choose guilty just because of the statements of the lawyer of the Wall Music Production Company. At the beginning of the statement, he says the track was created with a completely original infrastructure. But then he backtracks on his statement, and he says just because the infrastructure is similar. That doesn't make any sense. Why say just because the infrastructure is similar? Why say the infrastructure is completely original, and then backtrack and say, well, it does kinda sound similar? Doesn't make sense. Like, this statement shouldn't be here. If they want to 100% say it isn't copyright, they shouldn't have added the just because the infrastructure is similar. Doesn't make sense. And also trying to victim blame, and saying they surely also have released some tracks was similar to our infrastructure. That's just gaslighting and victim blaming. The $10 million of compensation is a little bit too much. I would put like 3 million instead of 10 million. But I don't have that choice to change the compensation money. But I still find the Wall company, production company, as guilty, and they should pay the 10 million in compensation. That's my choice. Decision made. Okay, this time a letter. Nice. As a result of the decisions you made in the cases, we decide to raise your salary. This week you will earn $800. Nice. Thanks, Ministry of Justice. Okay, reliable possibility A4. Nice. Reliable possibility A5. Still nice. Money, 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 money. Let's go. 300. Well, let's withdraw the money. Yoink. And that makes 500. Oh. Check. Your son says his clothes are getting old. He wants 300 for the new clothes. Do you accept? The sanity will drop if you don't accept. Of course we accept. Why not? if he needs new clothes, why not? We don't want him to walk around with ripped clothes, like stinky stain clothes with stains and etc. Yes, we accept. Nice. Okay, got $200, and that was the last case of this episode. Week 3, case 9. And we're still good at 100% mental health. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Leave a like, subscribe, put a comment, like judge me, write a comment if you were correct with my choices. If you don't like my choices, also write a comment. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your day. If it's day, if it's night, I hope you have a wonderful night. And yeah, bye bye, guys.